That's my painting. Well, not yet, but will be if I get it done in this video. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw the picture. I'll put it here if you want to know what the original looks like. I'm thinking like an aura kind of vibe for the background. I keep all my paint in this quite literally grotesque Converse box. It's literally gathered dust from how long it's been since I've painted. So if this turns out to be horrible, are you kidding me? I will just wipe that off and try to keep the mess to a minimum. Let's start with an easy. Well, is it easy really? Okay. Top 3 Taylor exes. A thorough explanation for each. Okay. Let's start with Harry because he's always been my favorite. Always loved him. Aside from him being Taylor's ex, because that in itself was a whole thing. Also, don't you dare come and say that was a PR relationship. It was not. Shut the hell up. Celebrities can be relationships too. So I love Harry because
he is lovely and singer boy, and I've always loved him, and little baby Harry.
Tom Hiddleston. I just can't believe you know what, Taylor, if you don't want him, I'll have him. He's literally like, what, 40, I think? Maybe I aged him, I think. I don't know. He's probably 40. Yeah, I love Tom Hiddleston because low-key, he just looks like a fun, silly, goofy guy. Taylor's taste in men? Chef kiss. Amazing. Love her.
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high.
I'm gonna have to Google this. Wait a second. Definitely tell you this much. Definitely not John Mayer. Definitely not. What's his name? Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm gonna say Joe Jonas and Taylor Lautner. Now, I love me some of Joe Jonas. Don't get me wrong. However, I think due to the circumstance of their relationship, as an ex, I'm gonna choose Taylor Lautner over him just because of the fact that Joe broke up with her on like a 10-minute call, 10-second call or something. Like,
I get it. You're 17. You don't know anything. Yabba.
but like, come on now. You could have at least dragged it out to a minute. At least like stayed on the call while she cried because you cheated on her. Love Taylor Lautner though. She did him dirty, but like, it's fine. I respect and I support women's rights, and I support women's wrongs.
I thought I'd get to them, but no, I didn't.
Listening to the song because it's literally the only like royalty-free song I can find that I know. Fun fact about this. I was listening to the song, having a breakdown when I was getting ready for prom. In my room. Love that. I lost a nail. It was very messy in the getting ready process. However, I showed up and got crowned as prom queen. Well, I didn't get crowned. They didn't give us a crown. MIS things. Anyways, I feel like in that like 5 minutes, I made like 5-year-old Zara proud. And you know what? That's all that matters. I made little baby Zara proud, and that's what I like to see. It kind of looks moldy. Where do I see this channel in 5 years? What's like my goal for it? And honestly, I don't know. I'm not sure. I started this because I watch a lot of YouTubers myself, obviously, like who doesn't? And they mainly like, and the main girlies that I watch are very much like, the content is kind of like best friend content, if that makes sense. It's not like, you know,
Hey, what's up, you guys? Like, in today's video.
not that kind of shit. And I feel like I'm I don't know. I just feel like it's fun. Take a shot every time I say like, and you'll get alcohol poisoning. I don't know why I started this channel, if I'm honest. It was kind of a thing that like sprung in my brain because I've always wanted to do YouTube, you know? I never really cared, like, but before I cared like a lot more. And now I'm kind of at a point in my life where I don't care at all. Like, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it's my last year of school. I don't go to school anymore. And I'm moving. So like, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna say? And it's not like anyone's gonna like, that's not like anyone's gonna see anything that I post. And if they do, well, that's a good thing, right? No. Everyone's my bestie. I don't care. You're my bestie until proven otherwise. I don't know, because I grew up on a lot of content creators that were nothing like myself, obviously, but I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? Like, I like grew up on like Zoella and Tana Mojo, which is like, I talked about this before. That's a whole conversation by itself. But like, also like the, like, you know, the Tumblr girlies, like My Life is Ava and Nikki and Gabby. Oh my god. But I don't know, like, as I've gotten older, that was like when I was like 10, so let's not count that. But as I've gotten older, I've like grown into like my own little subgenre of YouTube, which is like just the girlies girly, you know what I mean? Like, there's Verena, obviously love her, Avery, Kennedy Walsh, Emma Chamberlain, but like she doesn't post anymore, which is like sad. But I feel like that was also something that sparked it, because like I kind of just like got into these like YouTubers, and like for a while, like past couple weeks, I've been thinking like, it's really funny because I just really started this on a whim. I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna make a YouTube channel. But I've just thought about like how easy it is, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm not expecting to like blow up overnight and like go to the Met Gala and like walk with like Louis Vuitton. Like, I'm not like expecting that to like happen and be handed to me. But if that does happen, that's kind of cool though. Like, I'm not complaining. I'm not saying I don't want that to happen. You know what I mean? Where I'd like to see this in 5 years, I really have no idea, because I could not tell you what I'm going to be doing in my life in 5 years. How old am I going to be in 5 years? Wait, I'm going to be 22. I don't know what I'm going to be doing at 22. What do you mean? That's like, no offense to all the 22-year-olds watching this, because like there's no doubt like one 22-year-old watching this, like, what are you about to say? What are you going to say right now? No, but I don't know, I'm only 17, I don't know anything. In 5 years, I'm gonna be done with college. Hopefully, if this channel is successful enough, I could be able to like get my own place. That's like literally like I don't know, maybe get to travel? Because like all my friends are like abroad, so I'd like to travel to see them. I don't know, I have like a couple more subscribers? I don't know. Honestly, my main goal would be like to get paid to do this, so then I don't have to like go and like try and become something else, because, you know, as an artist, it's a struggling business out there, you know what I mean? It's what we're known for. Like, whenever people say artists are like, oh, you're broke, huh? So hopefully I get paid for this. Anything beyond that, I would just be extremely grateful for, but that's just like bare minimum what I want out of like a YouTube career. Where do I get my outfit inspo? Currently, I feel like Bella Hadid, that's like in my brain, that's like my new like fashion it girl. Whenever I'm like going through Pinterest, I'm looking at Bella Hadid. But do I dress like Bella Hadid currently? No. Want to know why? Because it's too hot. Like, her whole thing is like the layered jackets and shirts and blazers and ties and long skirts with like, you know, a lot of layering going on. And that's because it's like she's in and out of New York. It's kind of chilly. It's either that or like itty bitty tiny little baby crop tops, which yeah, not gonna happen, especially not in this country. Love that. Had a mental breakdown over not being able to dress. Whatever. I mainly Pinterest, like Instagram. This is something that people have complained about. I'm not gonna specify, but people were like, oh my god, you follow so many like influencers, like, what, why? Like, you don't even know these people, they don't even follow you back. And I'm like, okay, but I'm getting inspired, you know what I mean? And what I like to do is I'll like follow girls that, one, I would like to be more like, that take a shot every time I say like. Oh my god. Ugh. Anyways. Like girls like Cindy Kimberly, that's just like off the top of my head. Devon Lee Carlson. I think it's Devon. No, yeah, it's Devon. What am I talking about? Devon Lee Carlson. Love her.
She's a digital girl in a critical world.
Off the top of my head, I'm trying to like think of more. Gracie Abrams, but that's like Olivia Rodrigo. Kennedy, Avery, Madison. Just those are like just the girls that I follow on Instagram. That's not all of them, of course. If I could, I'll put some more with the list if I find any more. But mainly Pinterest is like your best friend if you want to like explore your style, because I feel like going into a store, looking at the racks, you know, it's very intimidating. If you don't know your style yet, it can be very like, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, what am I supposed to buy? And you kind of just end up picking like outfits in the store. I'm gonna wear this shirt and this jeans, and I'm gonna wear this skirt with this crop top, you know what I mean? And it's all like, that's like fine, I guess, but you're doing that and then you don't realize when you get home that like none of your clothes match, and it's like you only have like outfits that you can only wear together, and it's like, ugh, why did I do that? Because you didn't really think about like your style as a whole yet, you know what I mean? And listen, I've been there. I am still there. I still have a problem with that. I have an 8-girl Pinterest board. Which is currently a lot of Bella Hadid looks, a lot of summertime looks. And it just kind of, that also helps me like with my Instagram feed, because a lot of people are like, oh my god, how do you get your Instagram feed to look so good? I'll probably make a video on this, but Pinterest. And the girls that get it, and the girls that don't. My fashion idols. This kind of ties in with like the last question. I kind of mentioned, not my idols, but those are like people I grab inspiration from like on the daily basis. Because, okay, for the most part, Olivia Rodrigo, Gracie Abrams, that's just simply because I also want to be them. Like, I want to be a teenage rock star slash pop star slash indie star. I want to be best friends with Taylor Swift. Like, come on. But I like what I like. I wear what I wear. And I kind of grown, like, yeah, I said, like, I'm taking a lot of inspiration from Bella Hadid right now. But it's kind of just, like, whatever I'm, like, hyper fixating on right now. And that's why my closet has way too many clothes, because I have like chunks for all of my like moods, because sometimes I want to be a soft girl, and sometimes I want to like have like a bit of an edgier look, and sometimes I just want to wear something casual. And that is why my retail therapy problem is a problem. Well, that's a story for another time. How did I become a Taylor Swift fan? How did I become a Swiftie? Well, that's I honestly couldn't tell you. Like, I could tell you. It's really not that complicated. If you didn't know, Taylor Swift was in the Hannah Montana movie. A lot of you guys probably didn't know that, but she was. And I think I might have found out about her through that, or honestly just like having unsupervised access to the internet at like a young age, because that also probably is why I know who Taylor Swift is. Because I remember, this is like, I'm answering another question at the same time. I remember like watching One Direction like become a band on X Factor, because I'd watch X Factor with my parents, and I was like, I love these boys, I'm obsessed with them. And I also found a video of Zayn Malik singing like Love Story by Taylor Swift, and I was like, oh my god. That also has become a full circle moment, because I don't want to live forever. Love that for them. Anyways, beside the point, how did I become a Swiftie? I don't remember. I think it must have been the Love Story music video. But it's kind of funny though, because I've known Taylor pretty much as long as I can remember. Like, that's why I genuinely could not tell you how did I become a Swiftie, because I've just known of her existence that long. Like, as long as I've had a conscience, I've known Taylor Swift, which is insane to think about. And this is so funny to me because like the whole I remember when the VMA thing happened, I literally had no idea who Kanye West was. I was like, who is this man making my little Taylor feel sad on stage? I was very upset. If like 5-year-old Zara caught Kanye West on these streets, he'd catch his little baby hands. Which is hilarious. I was really a Taylor shooter for that long. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's so funny because she's always been a part of who I am. I feel like when I started knowing more about like, because I've always known her, I've never been like that into like the lore. Oh my god, I hate that I said that. The lore, the backstory, you know what I mean? Like I knew about the boyfriends, I knew about like her squad, but only as I was like a bit older, like 20, when the whole Reputation thing, also when the Reputation thing happened, I was Team Taylor. Yeah. But when the whole Reputation thing happened, I like got into everything. Then I was like big time Swiftie, you know what I mean? I was like, everyone was like, what are you talking about? When I was like, oh my god, play I did something bad. They were like,
Taylor Swift? You.
and I was like, whatever. What's it like being an it girl? I couldn't tell you. No, I mean, okay. Realistically, do I think I'm an it girl? I personally think everyone has the potential to be an it girl. Like, why not? You know what I mean? However, do I think I'm an it girl? I don't know. But if I am an it girl, what's it like to be an it girl? This sounds so annoying because I'm literally not even famous. But this is like something that I struggle with. I just think it's because I have like anxiety and I'm like, and I don't know, I just feel like I'm a bit more panicky about like going out these days because I'm just like, oh my god, that girl and her friend is like judging me, and oh my god, that person is like looking at me and like making fun of me, and they're like, oh my god, that person over there is like taking a video of me, which is probably not the case, you know what I mean? I just overthink so badly to the point where I'm like, I physically cannot like live my life properly, you know what I mean? It's like quite debilitating, honestly. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, I guess that would be like the problem that I would have with being an it girl. Aside from that, I don't know, I just don't think I see myself as an it girl. But then again, I don't know, I feel like Zendaya or like Bella Hadid probably have the same issues as us all. It's just like they don't really talk about it. I don't know. It's because sometimes I like go through like these little like brain patches where I'm like, everybody here hates me. You know what I mean? And like if there's like a girl that talks to me or like in public, I'm like, she literally hates me. She just did that to make fun of me. And nobody in their right mind would think like that. But for some goddamn reason, I do. And I literally feel like the world is out to get me. And frankly, Zara, newsflash, nobody's out to get you because nobody cares. What is it like being an it girl? Not being able to leave the house because you have crippling anxiety. No, it's actually a problem. Like, I literally don't go out. I don't go out alone. That's something I would like to do. That's something I'm working on. I would like to, like, I want to go out and, like, you know, go sit at a coffee shop and, like, read my book. Go walk outside by, like, the beach. But literally, even when I go out with my friends, I'm like, and I think this is also just like a side effect of Oman being so painfully small that like everybody knows each other. Everybody on social media knows each other. And this is also like, once again, another side effect of like people coming up to me, like people that I've met, and then they're like, oh yeah, I knew you before. I just knew you from like Twitter, or I knew you from TikTok, or I knew you from Instagram. And I was just like, I had no idea you existed. That is terrible information you have just given me because you knew I existed. I didn't know I existed like that. Don't tell me I exist like that. That is one thing. Just don't tell me that. That is so scary to me because it's like, oh my god. So that means for all that time, you could have seen me in public and then you could have gone and posted to your friends being like, guess who I just saw today? You know what I mean? Terrifying to me. It's absolutely horrific to me. When did I start developing a passion for art? Oh my god, on theme, because I'm painting. It literally is not, it's not giving at all. Why is the green so green? Whatever. Okay, I've always loved art. Art is something that I've always been, I don't want to say good at, but like it's always been like my strong point. You know what I mean? it's kind of always something I've also defined myself with, like, for a long time. Like, I'm like, that's like what I'm good at, you know what I mean? Like, some people are good at math, some people are good at science. I'm good at art. That's what I think how things go, you know what I mean? When I really started to get into art, like, I painted and I drew before, and it wasn't really good. Like, I can tell you that much. It was not. Like, I wasn't like a child prodigy or anything. It wasn't good. But I think that's just like what all artists say. But I really started getting into painting was when I was like teaching myself how to paint. And I think that's like when my work also started to like look its best, because growing up I was always told that like, oh, you can't use this sort of paint, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I feel like that's so annoying, because like art, there's literally no rules for art. Like, yeah, there's rules for art, but there's no rules for art. If it works for you, if it turns out looking fine, that's how it works. It's like math, you know what I mean? Like, okay, it doesn't really matter how you got the answer. If the answer is right, it's right. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, in 2019, I started teaching myself how to like paint, and basically that's like how I learned. I like taught myself everything that I know, for the most part. Like, it's all been trial and error, and that's why I feel like whenever people are like, oh my god, you're so good at art, like I wish I could be good at art, and then they just like give up and they don't even try. I've been bad at art. Like, if I could show you my work from like 10th grade, it's like it's insane how bad I was at art then and how good I was in like the next year. You know what I mean? It's like, how favorite movie? A lot of people ask that. Oh my god. Can I open this? Oh wow, okay. That just took like all my body strength. That was harder than opening up a pickle jar. Okay, my favorite movie, I'm gonna be honest, whenever I watch a movie, I'm like, this is my favorite movie ever. Don't ask, I'm not gonna be a serious movie girl. I think rom-coms are like the best movie evers. But I think, like, without a fail, I always come back to Before Sunrise. It's just, Before Sunrise and Before Sunset, it's just amazing. The cinematography of it, the like kind of off indie vibe about it, it's kind of like that fantasy everyone has of like, you know, traveling and then meeting someone and then talking for hours and hours and hours and you know, finding your way back to them like years later. That's like crazy, you know what I mean? Like, and like, I don't want to spoil everything, but I mean, there's no real spoilers. It's not like a dramatic kind of movie. It's about these people that meet in like Vienna, I think, and they like hang out for the night and then they leave in the morning. It's just so soft and warm, and like, I love it. Someone asked because I like posted something on like Twitter about like Malibu Rising. Yes, you should read it. It is such a good book. Like, I'm usually not a like I mean, it kind of has a bit of romance in there, but it's mainly about like the family, right? And it's not my regular genre, but it is literally probably, I think it's one of my favorite books. Realistically, anything by Taylor Jenkins Reid is an amazing novel. What's that damn book called? 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. A banger. This cheek area is looking weird on camera. I'm probably gonna have to go back and fix it, but slay. Why am I kind of loving the background now? It's giving. I don't know what it's giving, but it's giving something. Another type of guy means what I say. I don't know if he says that. I think it's what he says. I am Sag. Oh, I just forgot I have to do the entire album cover. I'm fine. Sometimes I hate myself for little silly ideas I have. Like, why did I decide to do this? It'll be worth it in the end or something. Piss me off. Trust the process, man. There's one thing we learned from this video. It's to trust the process. I trust the process, but is the process trusting me? I don't know about that. If I had a kid, what would I name it? Newsflash. I'm the most indecisive person ever. I'm gonna open up my baby name list. I'm not gonna tell you guys all of them. I'm gonna tell you, I don't want to see my favorite either, because like, what if people steal them? I've been loving the name Achilles, and I don't know why. Like, yeah, I know why. The book, Song of Achilles. But like, aside from that, it's also like a cool name, and like, I don't think I know anybody named Achilles. Is it like cursed? If it's cursed, then I won't go for that name. Because like, I know that naming after certain things are like bad juju. scary. But I also really like August, girl or boy, because they could be for both. I like August and I like Achilles. I don't know what that means. I don't know if I'll even use them, but for the time being, like as of right now, I like those names the most. What's my dream job? I feel like I kind of brush over this throughout the video. Like honestly, if it wasn't clear enough, I'd love to be a singer or an actor. I just think it's like, at the end of the day, I think singing is like, or songwriting or whatever, if that could be like my entire like full-time job, maybe songwriting would drive me a little bit crazy because, you know what I mean? If you write songs, you know what I mean. But yeah, I just feel like it's very fun. It's what I love to do. It's what I've always loved to do, like ever since I was little. So that would be like my dream job. Like if that would be like, because also someone said like, what would you like to get out of this career, like this YouTube thing? I mean, yeah, I'd like to, you know, do YouTube and stuff, but like, I guess like modeling and singing and acting, like if I could branch into that and like, you know, like people have people take me seriously as like a singer or an actor, that would be great. I would love that. And you know what? If that's what the outcome of any of this is, if I get to like live my dreams for like a sliver, I'll be happy. I think I'm all questioned out. I don't know. There were some other questions, but they were all a bit like repetitive and like also things that I could not answer. So I'll check back in when this painting's done, I guess. Bye. Love ya.